Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Of course, earlier on, I was on a business lunch and the bourse was down, I think, just under 1%. Now extending those losses that we had seen earlier on, ending off of the day down almost 1.5%. Of course, maybe some of that coming from the Asian markets. We did see China's inflation going into negative territory, quite worrying there, looking at the demand challenges that the consumer in China is currently going through. We do have the industrial 25 being the carrier of the bulk of those losses on the all share, declining almost 2%. Financial 15 giving up more than 1%, and the resources 10 complex shedding almost 1.5%. Let's take a look at the US markets, and on that front we do still have more details coming out on the Trump tariffs. This week we have our eyes on the steel and aluminium manufacturers. Those tariffs will be coming into effect on Wednesday. The S&P 500 declining 0.75%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq with a loss just shy of 1% currently, and the DAX shedding more than 0.33%. Let's take a look at the European markets. A mixed picture over there, with the FTSE 100 being the only bourse in red territory. They're declining more than 0.75%, carrying most of those losses. The DAX climbing almost 1.5%, and a gain on the CAC 40 of more than 0.4%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and see how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. At 18 Rand 26 against the US dollar, of course, a little bit of weakening there, as we had seen it hovering just above 18 Rand against the US dollar at the end of last week. Against the pound at 23 Rand 57, and against the euro at 19 Rand 79. Let's check in on the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.08, pound dollar at 1.29, and the yen just above 147 against the US dollar.